Hola familia, how's it going? I have missed you all very much. I can't believe it's already almost mid-July. I've been here for practically half a year in Argentina, and for one reason or another, it's been really hard to get back in touch with you all. But I've had you, each and every one of you that I know, that I hold dear, close to my heart. I've kept you there and know that I never once forgot you, and in fact, to my true blues out there who have shown me so much love and support over the years, thank you. You don't know how long of a way that love has gone for me, what it's done in my times of despair, loneliness, hopelessness. And anyway, I'm here because of course, cancer season, like, never fails. I remember last year when I was still there, I had disconnected for a while and just knew that I wanted to reconnect, start things up again. And it just wasn't the moment, and somehow, like, it just always feels right, which is no surprise to me really, because I love Cancer energies. I'm most at home, like, you know, literally, but also just the energy. I love my Cancerians. Y'all know, like, you guys saved me. And because it's strong in my chart, I think I'm very much more Cancerian than Aquarian most of the time. Very sensitive, but what I love most is precisely, it's like the family energy. And that's why it feels right to connect back in now with you all. So in this video, I just wanted to say hello again. Very quick update on the project. Do a little story time because I miss that so much, and I will be doing that for the rest of my days, no doubt, because I find so much fulfillment in that, and it's really beautiful to see that you guys have enjoyed it too. I got a lot of feedback, and especially for the children, like I say, the children and the children in all of us. You know, that child never truly dies. So especially the children's story time is what I love the most. Today will be something different, very special, so I'll share that with you in a little bit. But you know, just to say hi, you know, first of all, to you all, and tell you that I miss you all so much. It's been quite a journey. Here, it's a little bit of everything. I'm here still in the south, Patagonia, where the heart of, you know, I say South America. Hear the birds. And, you know, just doing everything I can to heal myself, work on the project, you know, just find the balance, recenter myself, prepare myself for the new start. But I've been really, you know, mostly internally processing a lot of things, reading, learning, studying, working too. And I'll share more about that, you know, what I've been, you know, getting into in the days to come. There's so many you know, photos kind of, you know, update you, how do you say, just, you know, uh, get up to date with, you know, everything, like all the photos, and there's videos, and I just, it was like overwhelming. There was so much, and so I'm gonna like rewind back to from January. Now I'm gonna start posting, you know, because there's a lot of, you know, beautiful little moments and things, you know, about the journey and everything that I would, you know, definitely want to share, even if it's already like half a year later. So I'll be doing that in order as it happened, so I could share that with you. Anyway, so it's been this, you know, especially, oh man, it's been rough. It's been in general, like emotionally, especially. Man, it's like one thing after another for me. It's just, it feels like the trauma never ends, you know. And, you know, I'm doing okay. But clearly, like, this is, you know, to make them, I guess, the most of it. Try not to break in the moments when I feel so much sorrow, so much loss. Like, I've been really grieving. Just when I think, no, God won't take another person out of my life. Another very special, you know, person, and just dig that black hole that I feel in my heart a little deeper. But sure enough, another loss. And for somebody so sensitive as me, it's just overwhelming. And the anxiety, all the feelings that come, the grief, the trauma, it's just, it's very difficult. It's like, it's a physical pain, you know, that somebody like me feels, and it makes it very difficult to move forward. So all I want to say regarding that, why I'm saying this to you, is that clearly this is, you know, I guess giving me the tools to put to use in, you know, my life purpose. You know, still trying to, but I think I got it pretty clear, you know, because I want to do so many things with what I've learned and what I love. But no doubt I want to definitely focus, because this is my, you know, this is my specialty, is my expertise. Trauma, healing trauma, and especially kids, children. And I'm gonna be, you know, amongst all the things that I want to incorporate, like astrotherapy, which I love, and I know that just comes so naturally to me. So just still learning, you know, certifying different things, astrotherapy, aromatherapy, Reiki, you know, I want to incorporate it all into my practice. But, you know, to be specific, what I'm going to do, it's been really hard to decide of all the things that I want to certify myself in. I will be focusing on obtaining the best for me that I can, occupational therapist, specifically a certificate in that. And I thought about that for a while, and I want to do it in the States. And anyway, that's something else I wanted to share. So jumping to that now, is that I do actually very much want to get back to the States. Like, I knew that I had to be here at this moment in Argentina, and that my project, I want to help, and I would like to put this refuge here. But I did say that I was open, you know, that especially being completely on my own here, and I know if anything, it's not right now the time. I'm gonna keep, try to keep raising funds and everything. And what I would love is to, since I do want to get back to the States, start something there before, coming back here, I think many years later, because I have a lot to do to build my own foundation, my own security. I've been through so much hardship that I feel, behind, and I've already come to peace with that. It's like, man, I should be so much further, but no, maybe, not maybe, clearly, everything that I've been through, as far behind as I feel it's put me, it's really been the most important to give me the tools to use when I do my healing work. And I don't know, I guess I'm sharing all this just to, touch bases. I get very personal. I know I'm speaking to the public, mostly speaking to friends right now regarding this, but there's just so much I want to say, but I will leave it for one-on-one conversations that I cannot wait to have when I get back, especially in person. And so I just wanted to share that, mostly that that I cannot wait to reconnect with you all, hopefully in person, because I really, really need, and at this time more than ever, it's like I'm anxious to get back and get big old hugs from each and every one of you and give them back. But I'm really, really needing them right now. So I'm like holding on until I do. But, a warm hello is always more than welcome. I've been kind of isolating myself. I needed to, but at the same time, there was a point where it's like, I had to, just get myself to make this video and start again, reconnect, because that's not necessarily what I want to do, for the rest of my life. As much as I may be very introverted, I do need close connections and I need people near me, and that's also why I definitely want to move back to the States, because the truth is that it is home. And Argentina was my home once, and I had to come back to resolve those, maybe close that inside, internally, the roots, feeling like I was torn away from my roots at a very young age, and with everything going on, to feeling anger at the thought that maybe I would never make it back anyway. So I had to do that, but I'm so glad, mostly because it gave me like even more gratitude and appreciation, and opened my heart and eyes to really feeling the love that I do have for the people back home in the States, and the places there, and the things that I have to do there, which are equally important. And so it gives me that internal fire that at times when I feel the most pain and desolation, where I can't find it anywhere in me, I feel that spark of the love that is there and waiting for me to receive, but also to create and generate in places that, and people that need it the most. So I don't know, just sharing a little piece of my heart. I'll talk more about the project because it's already, as usual, extremely long video in other videos. But anyway, I'm gonna close it up with my little story time for today, which ties in with all of this emotional business. And so today's book and story, specifically, because it's a bunch of short stories, poems, specifically spells. It's called The Lost Spells by Robert McFarlane and Jackie Morris, with the owl, which I love in the cover. But the reason this one is the one tonight is because, first of all, it's a very special gift from my mother. She gave me this the last Christmas there. It's just this past Christmas. It's my Christmas gift. And when I saw it, I was so moved because I knew this was gonna like comfort me through all my nights here and the rest of my days. This was gonna be my little bedtime book that I would always open, find a little magic before going to sleep, to inspire my dreams, and to carry me through this journey that has not been easy. So of course it came with me, very near me on the plane. And but tonight, more specifically on the story, because it's like a bunch of short stories, it's so beautiful. It's also illustrated beautifully. The reason I picked this specific story, which is about none other than oh my god, I'm having a blank moment. That's insane. Thinking of all these sea creatures, and suddenly I'm right. I'm thinking, like, I love otters, you know, like all the little adorable little squishy sea creatures, and sea lions, but no, the seal, the gray seal. But why it's so magical and really inspired me, I said, okay, now this is the one I'm gonna begin with, is because the last days, you know, while I've been processing, I've been crying so much. It's been really difficult. And just, it keeps coming up in different places and messages that I get and everything. I kept hearing selkies, which to my surprise, I had yet to know, like I knew nothing of them, which is shocking because I'm so fascinated by, you know, Celtic folklore and just all the magical things and fairies. But I had not yet known of the selkies and what they are. It's so beautiful. They're like supposed to be like a mythical creature. Think of sirens because they are sea creatures, and especially in Cancer season, it's so right on. But what makes them so unique, basically, I would say in a nutshell, they're like the sweeter, gentler, more innocent version of a mermaid. And no doubt, it's a big totem animal for me. And I was like in awe when I came to discover so much about them in the past days. And I saw stories, which I've added to my favorites on my YouTube channel. Like, I would love for you to see them if you're interested, from other channels. And I still have to organize that. I have like a whole bunch of favorites of videos from other channels that I want to organize very well, because there's so many different themes that it's so enriching and inspiring that, you know, you can definitely find something there probably for you at any given time. But anyway, if you just look up Selkies with an S, Selkies, you can find stories. Just to give you a little background on this story here that I'm going to read. But what, oh man, I cried so much when I saw the first one too. I can't remember her name now, this lady, the way she conveyed the story and the images. And the thing about them, they're seals that they can transform into humans, but they belong in the sea. But the thing about them, they're so extremely sensitive and they're so loyal. They're like the dogs of the ocean. I don't know. And when they fall in love, they fall hard, and their love is true. And they never forget not only whom they've loved, but who has been good to them. Because the thing, unfortunate thing, it's a very tragic, and I don't mean to be dramatic, but but I am. As y'all know, that it's just, that's my, how to say, that's my aesthetic. You know, it's the truth though. The truth is, my life, maybe you can't see from the outside, I don't know, but what I've lived through, and I would say it's not just the experiences, but being me that has had to endure them, because I'm extra sensitive and fragile inside. And so it's been tragic is an understatement. And it's like when you learn about the Selkies, these mythical creatures, you know, I identify so much, and I'm like, wow, this is my new, this is it, you know, at least for the moment. You know what I'll work with, as like they say, the animal medicine, or mythical creature medicine. So I'd rather you go see if you're these stories are so beautiful. Like I just want to, sometimes I have a hard time expressing, like I have so much to say, so I don't want to make this video any longer than it needs to be. But just it's just very interesting, you know, and where the folklore, where it began. But just what I love is how we can capture, you know, so we can understand better maybe somebody, or the emotions that we might be experiencing. Maybe some of you out there might be extra sensitive and might find some sort of medicine there too. But it's interesting. And also what I love is that it deepens our connection to animals, because we see, you know, how they have an energetic imprint and a soul of their own. And the fact that it's a seal, you know, very much as the stories were telling, when you look into a seal's eyes, you see they're like these huge eyes, and they're looking at you. They're like almost like imploring you to please not hurt them, because they're so tender, like. And unfortunately, that's the thing, what I was getting to, the tragedy, it's so tragic, like what all of them, you know, like all the stories that involves a Selkie, because usually they're robbed of their skin, literally, because they shed their skin. And as the story goes, when they go out to just get some sunshine, they leave the water, and they love humans, like truly, they look at humans, they love them. And the majority of the time, the story goes that some human, not having that equal maybe goodness to them, will either steal them away, rob them again of their skin, which could be so, you know, metaphoric, obviously. And all the seals left feeling is like this sadness and longing to just be back home. But even once they're back home, which is the sea, they end up very much missing their human, whoever may have been. And it just goes, it's just I don't feel like I'm telling the whole, but it's just so like, oh my goodness, the Selkies. So I'm just going to read the little story now. But before that, I want to read the preface of the book to give you an idea of this beautiful book. What it's about, really. What they call the collection of the lost spells. Why it was written and everything. And then I'll read the story, which is super, it's like story, but it's like just a few magical words. The spell, as the book says, the magic spells. So the preface is, it goes, here we go. This is a book of spells to be spoken aloud. I love the rain. It's been raining nonstop, and I love that it's raining now. Just to add more water elements to this moment. This is a book of spells to be spoken aloud. It tells its stories and sings its songs in paint and word. Here you will find incantations and summoning charms, spells that protect and spells that protest, tongue twisters, blessings, lullabies, and psalms. Here you might swoop with a swallow, follow a seal through the sea, or sky race with swifts. Here you can listen with owl ears and watch with eyes of an oak. Here a fox might witch into your mind, or flocks of moths may lift from the page to fill the air. Loss is the tune of our age, hard to miss and hard to bear. Creatures, places, and words disappear, day after day, year after year. But there has always been singing in dark times, and wonder is needed now more than ever. To enchant means both to make magic and to sing out. So let these spells ring far and wide, speak their words and speak their art. Let the wild world into your eyes, your voice, your heart. And here I will begin. The story of the gray seal. It's hard to see, the light's going down. But I love my natural lighting, so hopefully we can get this edited to capture it. A little bit more lighting maybe when I edit it. Look, see? I just, the eyes. Look at those eyes. Ah! Just moves me. And here it is. The spell of the gray seal. And it says, go now, Selkie boy. Swim from the shore, rinse your ears clean of human chatter. Empty your bones of heather and more. Your skull of its human matter. Slick is the rock where the waves wash their scaries. Quick are the birds on the teeth of the reef. Blue is the water that beckons, that buries. Deep fall the fathoms beyond your belief. Selkie boy, come join your kin. Eager your kind are to meet you. As salt sets its seal on your silky skin, let green sea rise up to greet you. Hear us and hasten, O sweet Selkie boy. High are our voices lifted in song, offering welcome, keening our joy, drawing you down to where you belong. And that is the Selkie boy spell. Here's some illustrations that I missed to share with you. And diving back deep into the sea. And finding his kin again. Other Selkie boys and Selkie girls in the sea. Ocean. And here's the Selkie family, the seals. The Selkie seals. And what I find so beautiful about that too is part of what I was starting to share, but I guess I couldn't put the words to it, is that longing for home, for belonging, for finding your tribe. I think that's something we're all doing. And I've definitely found home in individual people that I've connected with through the years. And it's been everything to me. But it's so important to have, you know, physical, permanent home and those people that you can connect and relate to on a daily basis to build what it is that you are trying to build in this world, in this lifetime. And that is the main thing right now that I'm trying to find while I simultaneously focus on, you know, building myself like up from the ground pretty much, which is how I felt, if it hasn't been clear. Like, just beaten and bruised by life, and just like starting from the ground, from zero, very alone, though I remind myself that is not so. There's people that do care and love you. And so I'm here to say thank you again for that. It carries me through this very tough journey. But I hope if any of you are trying to build that, you know, and maybe you have those people in your tribe, but you just want them closer, like me, may this story be, you know, that sign of hope and miracles yet to come. That it may be a long, hard journey, but we're getting there. And with each other, we'll always be much stronger than by ourselves. So let us not forget that. I love you all so much. I'll be back in touch in a few days, but please stay in touch with me. I'll be connecting more now. Big, big warm hug to you all. Enjoy the rest of this Cancer season. I wish it would last forever. Much love.